Good afternoon to our viewers. Back to sunny Sasolburg. Everybody said it was going to be a cold weekend, but it's a beautiful day today. The sun is out, there's no wind, and we've seen some absolute fabulous bowls this morning and yesterday. Because it is Youth Day today, we've decided to let the youth show us their talents, and they will be on the streaming rink this afternoon. All of our players, certainly 3 of them, are under the age of 30. And Donovan, to my far right, he's under 40, so he's also part of the youth in terms of bowls terms. So on my right-hand side, I do have Fran Belleri. Fran has just been selected for the Protea side to play in the African States tournament in Namibia at the end of this month. And so congratulations to you, Fran. And unusually, Fran is playing with her brother, which is Owen. Congratulations, Owen, for reaching the National Mixed Pairrs finals. And let's just start with Owen. Donovan. Donovan Fisher. Donovan, we'd just like to ask you, how did you qualify, and did you have any tough games, and what was your toughest game?
We qualified playing against my mother and a friend of ours. A tough game from our same district. And then, yeah, since then, it's been fantastic bowls. Been enjoying it. The greens here are fantastic. And the competition's been tough, yeah. I hope it goes well this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you for that word, Donovan. And you must be very proud of your sister, who's achieved your Protea colours this year. I know Fran has been practicing very hard. It's your baby sister, which you've been looking after for a long time. Fran, just tell us about your past year and your rise to fame in the last couple of years.
Oh wow, like Panache said earlier, it's actually, you don't realize how hard you've been working, and when you actually get selected, all that hard work is actually paid off. And it doesn't stop there, because you just have to keep going and keep putting in the work. And like I would just say to all the people out there, you have to put in the work to get the results, and once you get there, don't stop trying. And even if you aren't there, just keep going and put in the work.
Thank you, Fran, and I wish you good bowling this afternoon as well. Hopefully it's a tight game, nice tight game for the viewers to watch. Certainly there is some eye candy on the green this afternoon for all the viewers to watch. So hopefully the viewers enjoy the game. And on my left-hand side, we've got BGN, the BGN qualifiers, Panache Zarimba and Ernest Wagner. I think he likes to be called Ernie or Ern. They've had a good tournament so far. They started off the tournament by beating Jerry Baker. Had a good win against Jerry. And they've been up and down since then, but they've only had 2 losses in this tournament, so they're right up there with the leaders. They still have a lot to play for in this tournament. And Panache, to my left, you've just been selected for South Africa now to play in Namibia next month, in the African States at the end of this month. Are you really looking forward to that?
I really am. I think we have a really good side. I have a friend with me who I've known for like almost a year now at Advanced Camp, and it's really nice to see all these young ladies and young guys coming in, and yeah, I'm just very excited. It's going to be good. I have good faith in us.
Panache, you've come a long way in the past 2 years. Did you ever imagine this a year ago, where you would be?
No, no, not at all. I think this time last year I was going to the Advanced Camp, and I was like, what is this? What is all this? This is so overwhelming. And then you get to a point where you have to play for South Africa, which is even more overwhelming. So yeah, it's been an honor, really.
And you're such a well-spoken, kind lady. From all your friends, they tell me that you're a wonderful person on and off the green. So we wish you well in Namibia as well. And then we've got the gentleman to my far left. He's Ernest Wagner. His colleagues have asked him to answer the difficult questions, and we know Ernest is used to answering difficult questions. He's an actuary, and so he's certainly no lack of brain power there. So Ernest, I'm going to put it to you. How can you've developed into a fine young player over the past few years. What advice can you give to other young players?
Well, I think I can just echo what Fran said. You really need to put in the work. And I think for young bowlers, the biggest thing is not to be scared. I think there's a lot of effort in South Africa going into attracting the young bowlers. The most important thing to me is sort of showing the youngsters that other youngsters are also playing bowls. So they're not afraid to join, there's no stigma around that, and I really think BSA is doing a good job in sort of changing that sort of view that people can, or that youngsters have. And I think, yeah, from my side, that's sort of it. Just keep going, make it fun for yourself, play your best, and if you lose, you know, you're going to play another million bowls games in your life. So, yeah, just keep going and crack on.
Thank you. I won't keep you any longer. Now you're keen to get started, so good luck to both sides. Thanks very much. Thank you.
Somebody who's actually technically proficient.
Who is that? Owen.
Yes,
Well, he fixes the aircraft, man.
yeah.
If he can fix the aircraft. Right, we've got the live stream game on this afternoon between BGN, the two youngsters, Ernest Wagner, age 25, and his partner Panache Zarimba, who just been awarded the Protea colours this year, age 23. Two youngsters on the green for BGN. Proud to see these youngsters. And then playing against them is young Fran Baleri, aged 27. And her partner is her brother, Donovan Fisher. And he's also a youngster, so looking forward to, on this Youth Day, to see some youngsters play. It's a relatively good start from both leads. They both found their weight immediately. Next door to the streaming rink, we have Jerry Baker versus Limpopo. Those are the two leaders in this section. They've both got 12 points, 4 wins out of 5. So that'll be an interesting game to keep an eye on.
On yet? Good afternoon, Bob. Yeah, so it looks like it's we're in for a nice entertaining afternoon. Yeah, looks like, as you say, a nice young 4-ball, and it started off very well. And I actually, from what I've been observing, Bob, I think they're on a very nice rink here. It seems to be bending, if I'm not mistaken, quite nicely on both hands, and it seems to be nice, evenly paced. So it should make for a very good game of bowls.
Yeah, I think the green's running at about 13, 14 seconds at the moment, which is a very good pace.
Awesome.
What most of the players are used to, particularly the inland players. Down at the coast, they might be a little bit heavier, but certainly there's a very good speed.
It's not often you see a brother and sister combination, Bob. As a matter of fact, I don't know of one that have ever played together, to be honest. I don't know if you can recall anybody, a brother and sister.
I think that you come from a bowling family, I come from a bowling family, and there's always one of the one of the family that enjoys bowls and one part of the family that does not enjoy bowls.
Yes.
My two sisters that I've got actually hate bowls. I never had opportunity to play bowls with them, even though I really would have liked to.
Yeah, even myself, Bob. We grew up in a big family, 5 kids, one girl, 4 boys, and she was the only one that never played bowls. And she also, like your sister, hated the game. And so it's not often you see a brother and sister combination, which is fantastic to see.
Definitely. Donovan is the older brother. He's 39 years old, and Fran is now 27. So there's a 12-year gap, and he really takes pride in looking after his younger sister, and he's very proud of her as well for all that she has achieved. Fran's first ball was an excellent draw. She did very well in the nationals recently. She, in fact, in the finals day, she had to play 4 games. She was in all the disciplines.
I don't know if he's thrown this ball, Bob. No, he hasn't. He's a bit short and tight. I think they won down there, Ernest.
2, eh?
Two down. Sorry, the orange balls are Donovan's. I think he should be playing with a bit more weight here, Bob. What do you think? Probably could even look to play on the forehand with a bit of weight, Bob. So
Yeah, he's a good chop and lie shot there. The thing is, he doesn't have any.
back balls. You're right, Bob.
And you know, seeing Ernest play this weekend, he tends to favour the draw first before he goes to the heavy shot.
He's generally a front ranker, Bob,
Yes.
in the Gauteng side. And
Yeah, he plays in a very
Gauteng
good
North
team.
side, plays in a good team with Brendan and
Yes.
Brendan's father-in-law.
Yes.
They certainly are a
And
formidable
he does
forward.
attribute
A lot better weight. How's his line? Is he?
in the area. We just got to hit there. So
Yeah,
it's,
just a bit
2
tough.
shots to KwaZulu
To
Natal.
Donovan and Fran. A bit difficult to see from here. Yeah, we can see the screen. Yeah.
Very temperamental screen. Donovan has gone for a fuller head. Unfortunately, there's a lot of shade covering the green at the moment. That shade should disappear in about half an hour, and the picture will be a lot clearer.
I think it's one of those rings, Bob, where you got to believe in the line and believe that it's going to come back. Because
Yes.
from what I've seen, a few narrow balls so far, and I think it's, and as I said earlier, it's it really does look from where we're sitting like it's a really nice ring to play on. Also narrow. It just shows you it's bending nicely. Good weight from Panache. Also a little bit narrow still.
Yeah, but if you look at the weight for those first 3 balls,
Fantastic.
it's pretty good weight.
Yeah, so it's just, as I mentioned, it's just, they've got to believe in that line, you know. And sometimes in South Africa, Bob, I don't know if we don't, so we're always looking for those greens that are nice and bending to the
Yes.
string and that. And when we get them, we tend to sort of look to hold the balls up.
Yes.
And which sometimes is a little bit strange. But
And naturally, you know, when you do take a bit more grass, you are actually pushing it a bit more. So, Panache did make that mistake by adding on weight.
I think he's dropped too much weight here, Bob. Yeah, he's,
In the
hasn't
commentary
quite
box,
pushed
we do have Donald Pickett. Donald Pickett is one of the legends of the game. Started playing bowls at the age of 13. So, Donnie, you must be very, very inspired by seeing these youngsters play.
Absolutely, Bob. It's fantastic. It does me. I really get excited to see young people come through the ranks, and not only young people with good talent as well. I mean, I've seen a lot of youngsters come and go over the years, Bob. I'm sure you have, and it's nice to see youngsters that actually got a wonderful future ahead of them, and that are going to ultimately be an asset and a credit to bowls for South Africa in the future, you know.
Yeah, 100%. And these players didn't get selected to come to this tournament. They earned the right to this tournament by qualifying from the district. So these are all champions. They're all district champions. So they've already played 7 or 8 games to win their district title, so they can all play, and they deserve their spot.
Spot on, Bob. Absolutely. You know, a lot of people, there is a tendency sometimes when it comes to selection to pick people on the fact that they're young and their age and this. But this has got nothing to do with it. These people
Exactly.
are actually champions in their own right, won their district mixed pairs, and on ability solely, which is absolutely fantastic. And as I say, we mentioned earlier about Ernest. I think you go with me on that.
Well,
He's
he's
certainly
drawn a
a
beauty
talent
now.
for the future.
Certainly has just drawn a pearler now, Ernest.
And I think he's got wonderful technique, wonderful, and he's got the brain to go with it.
Yeah, and he's just like sort of ticks all the boxes for me. You know, he's fit and
Absolutely.
he's young and he's healthy and he lives a clean life. And as you say, he's got the brain to go with it, to become an actuary.
Reminds me a little bit of myself, Bob.
Yes. And he attributes all of his coaches that he has had along the way, such as his father,
Andre,
his
yes,
father, Andre Rousseau. He mentions him in his report, and he's
drawn another very good one in 9-2 now.
well, if you look at the bowls closest to the jack, it's they're all from the skips. The 4 bowls closest to the jack. So I think we're in for a real exciting game today.
Has she got the line? Has she given it enough grass?
Oh, she's just drawn an absolute pearler. Well done there, Fran.
She drawn the shot, Bob?
Yes, definitely drawn number
A
1.
little bit far away, so it's...
She actually rested the shot bowl and fell in.
No, absolutely great shot. Great shot. I think Fran was part of the team that played along with Emma and Shannon
Yeah, with the
and
JBA ladies. And, she
JBA
said
and
early
Jackie and
yeah, she said early on what the experience was to play with 3 such talented players, Shannon, Emma and Jackie. She thoroughly enjoyed the Nationals week.
and they did very well as well, Bob.
Yeah, as we mentioned, she was in all 4 finalists coming the last day. It was unfortunate for her that she had to play 4 games on the last day. Probably was a bridge too far for her. But it's all part of the experience and the hardening up to become an international player. So after 2 ends, KwaZulu-Natal are 3-0 up.
See, Jerry's got off to quite a good start there, Bob. I think just scored another one there. So they got off to a 6-0 flyer there, which is always quite nice for them.
Yeah, that is actually the top of the table clash, that one.
Yeah, so
Popo have got 12 points and JBA have got 12 points. So whoever wins this game will take the lead of that section.
Donovan's got off to a wonderful start there. Nice opening ball from the lead. Let's see what Panache has got.
What's interesting this week here, Donnie, there's 8 couples that are playing, 8 married couples.
Yes.
And there are a brother and sister combination and a mother and son combination.
Wow.
Sepia and his mother.
Okay.
So we got, out of the 20 sides, we got 10 family representatives here.
Oh, Bob, I think I could do the brother sister thing, and and I've played with my mother before and managed to win the Sables mixed pairs once. But I'm not sure if I can do the wife husband thing. I don't know if my marriage could survive that, Bob.
Yeah, well, I spoke to Wayne York yesterday. He's won this tournament. He's won the provincial tournament mixed pairs with Lara, his wife, for 6 times. And he said it was hard work. He says he's surprised he's still married after that.
He's a better man than me. Anyway, luckily Hayley has no interest in bowls, so I'm not going to be left with that dilemma in life, you know. But
yeah, what's interesting now is Donovan, he put his first ball close, and you know, maybe as a skipper you should just say to play through the head and trail the jack, and he's dropped 2 balls short. A little bit of an
Yes.
inexperience there, I think.
Yeah,
Gone through the head.
absolutely, Bob. I know it's easier said than done, Bob, but in theory, you're right. You know, you got to just sit down and relax. You got a good one first ball, very close. You know, there's absolutely no reason to really try and be short, and that's, you correctly mentioned, a bit of inexperience. I think Panache is looking quite good, Jack. Can she finish the trip? Not quite, just the weight.
Well, she's got 3 balls in the area. She would like him to be a bit closer than that. I see Rudy Jacobs, who came across an unplayable Jeremy Baker this morning. He's now 8-1 up against EP. EP had 2 good wins this morning. So Rudy won't be out of the equation yet. You'll be hoping that Jerry drops the game somewhere.
Friends got good weight, if she can clear run. No, not quite. I think he'd probably be looking to play the orange ball, Bob, across the head, shouldn't he?
Yeah, that's definitely an option.
I'm not quite sure what he's looking for on the forehand. But then again, that's why we're sitting here and they're playing, but...
He's electing on the forehand. It looks like he wants to try and turn one of the yellow balls in.
But he's only really got the one on the the way right there, Bob. Yeah. So I think this is a slightly, well, it's giving him another bowl. Okay, good effort. But I can't see him getting shot on that forehand, Bob, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's got, like you said, the backhand bowl of the
I think
jack.
bowl inside that short orange bowl, looking for the jack or the bowl. Take the bowl out, you're sitting in for 4, Bob.
Yeah. The other alternative that he has got is to, now that he's got a bowl there, to play with a couple of yards away and try and chop and line one of those bowls. There is an option. If he finds the yellow, he might get the orange as well.
I think he's got a smaller target, but anyway, let's see what Fran does. Yeah? She probably... Okay, so the shot's still there to be played. I'm really surprised that he's still there, but obviously, let's see what he does. I think he's just got I don't know. Yeah, but I think those are 2 wasted balls in my opinion. But hopefully, he's come to have a look at it now. Let's see.
He was a bit unsure of the shot. And a couple of times I've seen him play this.
I think the front rank had in him coming out a bit.
Yeah. I think, you know, he was off the mat very quickly with that last ball, which sort of pushed his ball out a bit. My friend is a little bit under the line, I think.
He really has got a wonderful opportunity to make at least 4 shots here, Bob. He's got to be playing that backhand now to look to take a ball. Even the jack in the box is with 2. No, he's with 1, but doesn't matter. But I mean, you're looking for.
You get the shot if he gets the jack. In
Can't
the
get
box.
worse than 1 down, Bob.
But if he can turn that orange through by a meter, he could end up with 4 shots.
Yeah, he's electing to play it, and
Certainly playing with a lot of force.
I think he's wide. It's not far off.
Well, he got the jack, which is burnt. So they're going to... No, it's not burnt.
Maybe
They
burnt.
might look at the umpires for this one.
If it's not burnt, I think
Burner says it's burnt. So
yeah,
they got-
so
got
there's still
jack
1
back to
down.
the 2 meter.
Still 1 down. Burnt is replayed, Bob? Okay, burnt ends replayed. I thought they were, sorry. Anyway, so you managed to get a burn out of that, which is great, better than going one down. And probably, in my opinion, should have elected to play that a lot sooner than he did. Yeah, they're still going that under the line there, Bob. They're still
The under the bridge shot
under
that
the
Neil
bridge,
Burkett calls under the
yeah.
bridge. So,
Still not to this.
as Green is getting a nice turn at the end, so rather be on the wide side and let the ball do the work.
As they say, the professional side, Bob. Looks on a good line if she got the weight.
She's very close.
Yeah,
but,
that's a decent opener. Well done.
possibly half a meter.
Still a bit off.
short, yeah.
Short, so. But a good road.
Yes, Ernest does a tribute. He's the first coach that he had was Andre Rousseau. He talks about Andre mentoring him as a young man to make the correct choices in bowls. And Ernest taught him a lot about the game technically and on the mental side as well. The other influence that had on his life is his father and role model Erot. Erot has always been there for him in his sports endeavors and made him what he is today. He installed many values in Ernest, most importantly, to believe in himself and his abilities.
Panache has played a cricket. She's found a line there, I think.
There's two great bowls there from Panache. Panache battled a little bit this morning. Maybe it was the first time on the streaming rink, so certainly has settled down well.
Donovan's still not finding that line on that hand. Put a pressure on and play another good one, yeah, Panache.
Jerry Baker is playing Limpopo, and Limpopo have got 12 points. JBA have got 12 points, and at the stage after 4 ends, JBA are 9-0 up against Limpopo.
You know what, Bob? When we're talking about players of youth and that, I'll tell you what gives me excites me even more is the actual players of colour coming through the ranks, youngsters. You know, you got the likes of Panache now that's been recognised and been given in a Protea colours. You know, but you got the guys like Wilson, Malabolo. You got it is you know Victor and Prince and guy from Edenvale. I'm trying to think of his name.
That's Matthew Perry.
Matthew Perry, of course.
And John Malupi. John Malupi's also been awarded his Protea colours now.
And these people have all been really become awesome players. What an unlucky shot there. Yeah. Jeez, how can you get through a hole like that, Bob? Explain that to me.
No, it's really unlucky. This gives Ernest an opportunity now to pile on the pressure. I don't think he's quite got the weight for that.
No, he hasn't pushed this. Which is a bit naughty.
Yeah,
he had a good opportunity.
He's sort of released the pressure now, hasn't he?
Yeah. But really does excite me in this game. And it's just such a massive market for bowls South Africa to tap into going forward. And I think these players are, in my opinion, what bowls South Africa should be looking to use as marketing opportunities. And
definitely, we've got a young.
And expanding the game into a massively untapped market.
Well, let's see if Ernest can get another one close.
Well, I think it's important. He's got to miss his own.
Well, he's turned it up. They're bowling for another shot.
He's not only turned it into a good another shot, Bob. He's put it in Fran's eye, which is worked out quite well for him.
I think Fran might have to change your hand to try and.
I think
some damage
for 2 or 3 down.
Damage
there, Bob,
control, yeah.
What I see.
Sort of damage control is that. I think she's got to try and get second.
She try and draw to the jack. Jerry See the Limpopo side still not on the board there, Bob.
Yeah, it's 9-0 after
So,
4 ends.
I think Jerry will be pretty happy with that start.
Definitely. What's also important is they're both on 12 points, so a little bit of extra shot aggregate will make a difference as well. Well, it's up to Fran now to do. She's keeping her on her backhand.
Stands her hand, which
let's
I'm
see what
still a little
happens.
bit surprised at, Bob. I think she's playing a bit more weight, is she? No, she's still on the draw. I think she's got a lot of weight, not going to bend. Not quite sure.
It was a bit of a nothing shot that I think it was sort of, her brother did ask her to play on the forehand, limit the damage, but now it looks like Ernest is holding 3. So he's got a chance to draw for 4 and to take the lead in the game.
I agree with you, Bob. I think it was, with that bowl that he knocked over there, it made it almost impossible for her to get to the bowl. And anyway, she could, the worst case scenario is if you're going to play a good weight on the forehand, you're going to get second shots, important for Ernest to try and get the bonus here.
Yeah, I just hope he's got the weight.
Has he? No, he's
Certainly running. If he slips through there, it might be another one.
He may just have snuck in, I'm not quite sure.
So they're taking out now. 1, 2. And that's Ernest's last ball is in the count. That's 3.
And that means the other one should also be in, Bob.
Looks like it's going to be 4.
A little bit of a soft 4 there for because only Natal pair, Bob. Hey?
Yeah,
Fran was unlucky with the first one, let's be honest.
and I think
go through that
that's what
hole,
actually gave her the
really-
confidence to keep on playing that hand. That was so close.
But once it was blocked, though.
So these 4 shots. So got new leaders. BGN take a 4-3 lead after 3 ends. A little bit more about Ernest. Ernest's goal one day is to represent his country, but he admits he still has a lot to learn. But he's been very fortunate in his bowls career to stand on the shoulders of giants in the bowls community and try to learn as much as possible from them. And I hope that it will put him in a good stand for his future.
Well, it seems like somewhat wise words there, Bob, and he looks like a man that's going to be living up to his dreams, I think.
Yeah, well, I watched him last weekend in the BGN Masters final. He reached the final of the BGN Masters last weekend, and he lost the final on a tie break. And he played exceptional bowls the whole weekend. He really did.
And to be fair, Bob, I think, I don't know what your opinion is, but I think Bowls Counting North are probably, in my opinion, probably the strongest districts from a talent point of view currently.
Yeah, I would say there were a lot of good depth there. You've got Nick there, he's playing really top bowls at the moment, and Brendan Ferns, Martin Lewis, Francois Kuhn, all of those guys. So, it's a real tough tournament to win that. So, to win the BGN Masters is not easy.
No, certainly not. So, you get to the finals, you've done a good job already.
And I think coupled with his win now in the BGN Mixed Pairrs sort of gave him the confidence to go further and I think it's going to be, his arrows are pointing upwards, and I think it's the sky's the limit for him.
It's got a bit of speed, yeah, I think. Just a yard. I think as the game goes on, Bob, I think we're going to be seeing the green slow down a bit with the shadows coming over.
Definitely, we saw that yesterday afternoon, once the shadows move over the green. And it doesn't take too long when they start moving. We do apologize for the shadow that's creeping over, but unfortunately the cameras can only focus on one type of light. So it's either total dark or total bright. And in between is a problem. So once the shadows do go over, it will be a lot easier for the cameras to pick up.
see Jerry's got into a 10-0 lead now, Bob.
Yeah, after 5 heads, and let's update you with the other scores on this ring. In the meantime, Panesha is holding the shot again.
Yeah, I think Donovan just clicked
Yeah,
around there and draw
Donovan's
number
just
one.
drawn the shot. Great draw there from Donovan. So he's holding the shot. Northern Free State, that's Rudy Jacobs. He's playing against Andrew Sturley from EP. Northern Free State are 8-5 up. Port Natal are playing against Sedibeng. Port Natal, after 7 heads, lead 5 shots to 2. And the game between Sables and Eden, the score is 6-all after 6 ends.
Don't really think Ernest has really found his straps yet, Bob.
No, this morning he started off like a house on fire, but he's just a little bit tentative this afternoon. He's not playing the shots with conviction. He's not reaching the head when he should be reaching. I'm sure he will improve.
Depends how far she can run it out.
That's a good bowl from Fran because it certainly blocks Ernest's ball.
To an extent, so.
And Ernest doesn't have option to change his hand, play the forehand.
Yeah, he's done that, Bob. I think it's the right option, to be honest. It gives him, as long as he got weight, he can knock his own ball in, or he can actually draw number one. Yeah, if he runs it out, no, hasn't got quite the weight that's needed, yeah, Bob.
Yeah, he's playing a little bit tentative, I think.
Absolutely, yeah.
And the greens are going to get heavier, so you must just adapt. Fran certainly got that one away nicely. I think Ernest has to just keep on his hand and just try and beat his own bowl. If he beats his own bowl, he'll be close to his shot.
Just looking to get one, yeah, I think, Bob, that's all.
Yeah, after picking up a 4 last end, you would
Yes.
like to score the next head.
I think Jerry lying a whole lot there on that rink there, Bob.
Yeah, it looks like Limpopo's wheels are coming off this afternoon. They were on top of the log with Jerry. Wheels certainly have come off this
He's
afternoon.
still playing short. Not the 3 best balls he's played, to be honest. As I say, just at this stage, looks like he's a little bit out of sorts with the weight, and that can happen easily to all
Yep.
of us.
Yep.
And I'm sure that's only a matter of time before he gets his weight. We're only 3 heads into the game, or this is the 4th end, so still very early stages. One, two, so it makes it peels for all after 4 ends.
Yeah, hopefully it's another cracker of a game. A lot of the games we had on live streaming so far have gone down to the wire. And I think Donovan wants a measure for the second. A little bit about Panesha from BGN. She's just been selected to represent South Africa in the African States Tournament to be held in Namibia at the end of June. So congratulations to Panesha. Her biggest influence in her career is Leonie Durant, who's a pro tier and is Panesha's coach. He certainly has helped her along. And her main goal, ambition in bowls, is to graduate from the African States team and one day go and play in Europe. So I assume she would like to go play in England or Scotland or one of those areas. She has only been playing bowls for 2 years and started practicing because it calms her down and helps her to focus.
So after 2 years, she's certainly come a long way, Bob. And, the fact that she managed to win a mixed pairs title, and I'm not quite sure what the rest of the record looks like, but she certainly seems more than able, and I quite like her. I like her technique, and gets the ball away quite nice and neatly, and
Yeah,
puts it on the line, and I think there's a lot there to work with.
I think 2 or 3 years ago, I met her brother, Anesu Zaramba. He also plays at Harlequins, and I had a nice chat with him, and he was also very keen on bowls, and he also had great ambitions to play. And then I saw his sister, which is Panashe, about a year later, and I said to her, "Are you Anesu's sister?" And she said, "Yes, I'm Anesu's sister, but I'm not as good as him yet." And I like the word "yet." So it shows that she certainly has an ambition for the game and a passion for the game, and she can only go upwards from here.
Anyway, he's got away with that. He had a bit of weight, but he managed to find the bowl and actually finished off not too bad. I think what Panache maybe just hopefully doesn't fall into the trap for the green getting a bit sticky.
Yes.
And I think maybe that's where the experience could be a little bit of a problem, but let's have a look, and hopefully she proves me wrong. I've seen it happen all too often in life, Bob. I've seen it to the most experienced guys. In life already has happened as well, and I include myself in that. Where you know it's getting heavier and you just can't put on that extra yard, and it's just so frustrating.
A good example of that is
Donovan's just
in
put
the
in
national singles a few years ago. We'll wait until Panashe plays her last bowl. She's 2 down at the moment, or 3. So she would like to get something close.
Let's have a look. Ernest seems to like it. She played a very good bowl, yeah. It's a good bowl.
Yeah, it
nice,
releases the pressure slightly
nice
off.
good bowl in the head there.
Yeah, give something for Ernest to play towards. You're mentioning about the greens getting heavier and players starting losing their weight. A good example of that was in the South African national singles the one year in Durban. We all know in Durban from about 3 o'clock onwards the green gets a little bit heavier.
Quite a bit.
And Frans du Plessis was 22 up on Kevin Campbell in the national singles final, and the greens changed and Kevin Campbell back to win the game 21-20. So it certainly, they were both Proteas, the Springboks playing in those days, and it certainly does happen to the
best of us.
Best of us, yeah.
I remember that all too well, Bob. I think I was still doing my military service in those days. I think Kevin beat me in the quarterfinals. I think I was 19 or 20 years old. And what a player he was in his day, Bob. Hey, Kevin Campbell. Talking about legends. Jeez, that man could play.
Donnie, did you actually do your national service?
Or
did you play bowls during your national service?
I got my uniform, Bob.
I think Donnie's late brother, Audrey, was a captain in the Air Force. And he was very
Colonel, Bob.
He became a colonel.
He
was very parrot, and everything was in order. And then everybody knew that his younger brother was coming to do national service at the camp next year. And the unfortunate part is Donnie wasn't like his brother. He didn't like rules and regulations. So we had Sad Sack there, which is Donnie Pickett.
I don't know why they call me Sad Sack. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, Ernest has just played a good bowl there with his first one. Let's see if he can back it up with another one. Played a great bowl with his first. Just taking the weight off again.
Yeah, Ernest is complaining about the sunlight that's right in his eye at the moment. But that sunlight shouldn't last too long. Next 10, 15 minutes it should be gone. Very positive delivery here from Fran.
She liked it, I think.
You're running after it, certainly. Oh, she got a bad result there.
Well, she needed a clear run.
Yeah.
She had great weight for the shuttle. He gets the jack there. She makes a few, Bob.
Yeah. Ernest is having a good look, yeah. I don't think he's too far away.
No, I think he's a bit wide, but not. It's difficult to judge from here. Yeah, touch wide.
So that's 1-2 BGN. BGN now appeals with KwaZulu-Natal 5-all after 5 ends. So really, ladies and gentlemen, I think this game is going to go down to the wire.
It looks like it, Bob. It looks like all the indications are there. And let's see what happens. Hopefully we're in for a nice, exciting afternoon. Meantime, Limpopo still have not got onto the board there. And
Yeah,
Jerry on 14.
The Sables, JBA are 14-0 up against Limpopo. Eastern Province clawing their back against Rudy Alcops. Northern Free State lead EP by 8 shots to 6. I'll update you with some other results on the other section. That was a great starter there from Panache. Certainly he's has improved a lot since this morning's game. Right, in the blue section, Border 4, Natal Inland 2, Mpumalanga 3, Southern Free State 4. That's after 4 ends. Western Province 2, Northern Cape Boland, that's a mother and son combination of C.P.M. Mathewson and Annalie Mathewson. Eden Bowls is playing against Boland, and Boland lead Eden by 5 shots to 2. And then Kingfisher are leading Northwest by 3 shots to 2 after 3 ends.
Another very good bowl by Panache. That's I think Ernest will be wanting to see more of. See what Donovan's got up his sleeve here.
Yeah, I just hope Donovan doesn't overcompensate by taking too much weight off.
I think his weight's not too bad, Bobby. Just touch of each, really.
Yeah, another 2 feet on that would have been good.
Can she put another one in there? I quite like her delivery, Bob. I think she's got everything. You know, for a person who's been playing bowls for 2 years, and okay, she hasn't played a very good one yet, but certainly there's just a lot of positive signs out of to be had with her. Firstly, her youth, obviously, and secondly, just got the technique, and that's important in bowls. Like Bob, you know, a lot of people have got all the enthusiasm and everything like that. They just don't have the technique, and they can.
Oh, that's a great ball now from Donovan.
Put as much time as you want into the game, and you're not going to get any better.
Yeah, you're 100% right there, Donnie. Delivery is the first thing that you can look at when you're going to find when you're looking for talent. If a person's delivery, the ball's coming clean out of their hand, and the delivery is the same every time. And when you're looking at this gentleman on the mat now, Ernest Wagner, you look at his delivery. He's got a slight little twitch, and then it follows through with the ball, and the ball comes out cleanly on the same line.
I don't think we may have jinxed him here, Bob.
Yeah, but like we said, he's a little bit tentative this afternoon. He just seems to be
playing narrow and
narrow,
not the weight, nowhere near the weight that he should be needing.
Not reaching, yeah.
Got to be, theoretically shouldn't be short there, but Ernest is also only a relatively new bowler, Bob.
Certainly.
He's done very well, but he plays most of his bowls in the front rank, to be fair. And so it's probably a very nice learning curve for him as well to be skipping and against all the champions from throughout South Africa. So he's got such a wonderful delivery. It's just.
And if he wins this game, he's certainly not out of contention for the section.
Yeah, it's still short and narrow, unfortunately. If anything, he's just given another shot. Not quite what you've been needing there. This lady also impresses me, Bob.
Yeah, Fran is also got a nice follow through on her delivery
I haven't
and
seen much
that
of
line, and she's just drawn another beaut. So well done there to Fran. That's 3 shots.
Obviously, she plays a long way from Johannesburg, so I can't say that I've seen her play too often. But
Yeah, Fran comes out of Clipbank Bowling Club.
when I look at the national results and what I've seen so far, it's
So all the members down at Clipbank Bowling Club, I've got fond memories down there in Clipbank. All those years we used to play in the Easter tournament down at Clipbank, and they used to have the show on the Saturday night there. Those were good times, and Fran tells me they're trying to redo that and get the Easter tournament up and running again. They've got 4 greens or 3 greens at the club. Ernest is very, very close now.
I don't know, Bob. I think he's still not up, my pal. Is he? Can he have a clear run? Oh.
And if it falls in, it could be shot.
Okay, his weight was good.
Well,
my
he
mistake.
certainly has saved. He got second shot there. It was a great draw there.
His weight was good.
Well, Fran was very comfortable with the last draw. She mustn't be scared of it, even if she turns her ball in once.
Well, you know.
I don't think she's quite going to
weight's
reach,
good.
is she?
No, weight's good, Pops.
Oh, she's just drawn number 1. What a great shot there by Fran.
You and I are not tipping too
No.
well, pal.
Definitely not. Seems to me that
We
backhand
need to,
coming
we need to
down
work
this
on
way-
this.
It seems to me the backhand coming down this way, it runs on a little bit. Gets a little bit of run on at the finish here.
Seems like a good excuse for us,
Yeah.
Bobs.
Either that or I think our sight is not so good as what it used to be, Donny.
Probably closer to them.
There's a couple of comments here on the Facebook. They're saying that it's Bobby Wobbly and Donny Wobbly and
Wobbly
commentating. Yeah, and they were getting a little bit confused. Which is which?
Donny Wobbly and Wobbly Donnelly.
Yes. Well, I'm looking across the green there and I see Desi's bowls are lying very close to the jack. Andrew Sturley has just drawn a couple of his own there, so it looks like they're holding about 4 shots there as EP.
If not
Andrew's got
more.
his last bowl.
If not more, Bob. I think it's closer to 6, I'm telling you.
Well, if Andrew draws another one, well, he certainly has drawn another one with his last, so there he might even pick up a 5 or a 6 here. It is Rudy Jacobs' birthday today, and Rudy did pick up a 6 this morning against Port Natal. So here's here.
4,
Hopefully you're listening to this,
5.
because there might be another 6 coming up here.
It could be expensive day, yes, yeah.
And Rudy Jacobs can't wait for that transfer to get through here. Yes, yeah. He's got a big round to buy tonight on his birthday.
Yes, yeah, obviously from Perfect Delivery, one of the top sponsors in the country, Bob.
Yeah, Giesi has been around since I think the year 2001.
2000, Bob, 2000.
2000, yep.
At the World Bowls, where SA Eagle came into play, and that's where Giesi was introduced to the game of bowls. I've been insured with him ever since, and he sometimes regretted that, I must be honest.
Yeah, I think you've been through more cars than guys have claimed for sets of bowls, don't you?
Don't push it, Bob, don't push it. But anyway, they've always been good to me, I'll be honest with you. They really have been not only good sponsors, they're quite a good insurance company as well.
Yeah, very good. I'm actually moving over all these years now. I'm actually moving over to Perfect Delivery. A couple of times I have been picking up 6s, and I've lost out on quite a lot of money there. So it's time to move over.
Obviously, you were in a bit of a predicament with your brother, Bob. So also been in the insurance game. Panaj slightly short. And look for a shot, I think.
Yeah, and if there are any prospective viewers out there, give Giesi a call. Perfect Delivery or Barton Financial Services. He offers a very, very good package for bowlers. such as getting payouts when you pick up 8s and 6s and full house in games. He also covers, gives you free insurance on your bowls. Certainly has got a good package for bowlers. And his rates are very, very competitive.
Oh, that's a nice little result there.
That was a very good result from Fran. But she was in the ballpark, so
She was in the
deserves that shot.
ballpark, yeah, absolutely. Good weights. That's what I quite enjoy about her, Bob. She's
Positive.
playing with nice positive weight all the time.
Positive weight, yeah. And Ernest will want to play with more than drawing weight. You know, he's got to get past the head.
Well, let's have a look. I'm not sure. He's
On a very good line.
Is he reaching?
Going to draw number 1, I think. He's trailing the jack. What a great shot there from Ernest.
That's a typical Leeds yard on chopper last shot there, Bob.
Yeah, we managed. We played Ernest. I think it was 2 years ago in the Gauteng Open semi-final of the fours, and he led against us, and he actually drew us into a coma that game.
Once again, nice weight for the shot, Fran. Probably a little bit wide, but she's got the back bowls. She's got everything to play. She can actually be a little bit more adventurous, if you ask me, Bob. I mean, obviously, Ernest must be careful now. I'm not sure he's playing the right one. It could be dangerous. So let's have a look. He just played one, so let's see.
Well, he's running after it. He likes
Well,
it.
you
Gone
don't
a
want
little bit wider.
You
this
don't want to
time.
be
Doesn't wanna
turning
turn the
orange.
Well, that's exactly.
So
the-
I can't.
was the
I
danger,
can't.
yeah.
I don't understand that. But
Donnie had, he had drawn a Perla with the first one, so he's really confident with his second. And unfortunately, sometimes those things do happen.
Bob, we talk about sixes. I see Jerry just dropped a 6. 14-0 up. He's now 14-6.
Well, yes, he has got a lot to pay out this
Wow.
weekend. Yep.
That came. We didn't. That went by us sort of
Unnoticed.
unnoticed, Bob.
Well, certainly was a 6.
Anyway, you're going to certainly be buying me a drink for that tonight.
Well, so Rudy's picked up a 6 today, and there were 2 other 6s as well this morning, and now Jerry Baker has just dropped a 6, been 14-0 up.
Was it a 6? Did Rudy also drop a 6, eh?
Rudy picked up a 6 this morning.
Yeah, but didn't he not drop a 6 now? He dropped at least a 5. I don't know what the score was before. Yeah, I think, in fairness, Bob, come back to in all seriousness, I really just plays such a good ball with his first one. We just said no right really to play on that backhand, and should have been playing on the forehand, and to be giving selling shots. I'm not quite sure, but
Well,
bit of drama behind us.
Alright, so KwaZulu-Natal lead 8-5 after 7 ends. I think this game could go down to the wire as well. Panashe needs to start getting a few balls really close now. As we said in his 18-head games, the heads go by very quickly in the 3-ball pairs, so you don't want to get too far behind early on.
In the meantime, I think Jerry's another 2 down there, so you could all of a sudden the game from 14-0,
What did we mention earlier?
14-8. Yes.
What did we mention about that +3 story when the greens started getting a bit heavier?
And it looks like Haley's falling into that trap, and
Yeah, he dropped 3 short balls there.
and so is
And
Jerry.
Jerry's
for
also short with his ball. Yeah, Daisy Rosenblatt, I like her demeanor on the green. She's very positive. She calls the shots very positively, always looking on the positive side. And they have taken now, EP have taken a lead 12-9 against Northern Free State. I think they've just picked up a 5.
Panache, unfortunately, not one of the better ones. Great effort there by Jerry. Still 2 down there.
It was a good effort there from Donovan. He played with good weight. Panache must try and pile the pressure on now. Get another one close.
Bit of everything already. Gets onto her own bowl or even onto that orange bowl. Well done. Well played.
That's 2 great draws there from Panache.
I think as a...
About Fran, she's got a very good record this year particularly. She won the National Fours this year, playing with the JBA ladies. This year she also got a bronze in the National Pairs and a bronze in the National Singles. That's an awesome record in 1 year, to be in the medals in all 3 disciplines.
That is incredible, Bob. That really is something. And as I said, but you can actually see it. She seems to... She oozes confidence, and still a very, very young lady, and sure, she's got certainly a bright future ahead of her.
And last year as well, she got a bronze medal in the All Natal singles, so as well as the gold in the All Natal fours last year. So he certainly has built up an impressive record in the last 2 years.
Fantastic, yeah. The fact that they've acknowledged it by giving her the Protea colours, I think, is well deserved, and I really like seeing that.
Yes, you know, if somebody's got the record, they've done it at a national level, and they're young and enthusiastic, and they got the right type of player profile.
Look at this, Bob. Look at this, Bob. Oh, she was a little bit unlucky.
Played a great shot there, but just a little bit unfortunate to bend away at the death.
To be honest. Has he got the right line? No, he's cut the grass, and weight's not good as well. Meantime, the lead against Jerry seems to be finding it at the moment, Bob. Putting Haley under pressure there, and all of a sudden he's 14-8, and
Jerry was
he's line 2 on the
up.
Jackie. And
Jerry was 14-0 up. He dropped a 6 and a 2. That's 8 shots in 2 hands. He's now 14-8, and Limpopo are lying 2 good ones at the moment. So Haley might be feeling the pressure a little bit, and they've still got 8 hands to play. Right, Owen Fisher does tell me that the biggest influence on his career is
Donovan
Jock
Fisher,
Ross.
is that?
Donovan. Sorry?
Called him a few names today, Bob. Owen, Alan.
Donovan Fisher, the biggest influence of his career. He plays down bowls. He plays bowls down at out of the Clipbank Bowling Club. And I remember the late Ninian Ross, Jock Ross. I don't know if you remember him, Donnie. He had 3 sons, Craig Ross and Gary Ross. You must remember those names down in Clipbank. Jock Ross and his wife, stalwarts down there at Clipbank, so certainly has helped Donovan on his progress.
Looks like they picked up a 2. Ernest, so 8-7 after 8 ends.
Yeah, the game's starting up again, and looks like we're in for a cracker of a finisher, Donnie.
Yeah, Bob. Excuse me.
Donovan has been playing bowls for 10 years. It's a sport that he loves to play with his family, and he always enjoys it. He also is a keen fisherman, and most of the time before he was introduced to bowls, and it's something that he enjoys doing from time to time when he's not on the bowling green. So he's also a keen fisherman. He's got a nice little river down there, the Clip River down there at Clipbank Bowling Club. The club has been flooded a few times by the floods down there in Clipbank. So I'm sure he catches a lot of barbel and a lot of mudfish down there on the Clip River. The beautiful part of the world down there in Ladysmith. It's a good start from Panesha. Score is 8-7 to KwaZulu-Natal after 8 ends. Some very close games here this afternoon. Well, Jerry's just had a big run at the head. He was a couple down. He's just dropped a 6 and a 2. And now he's another 2 down. He's had a run, he's missed. So if Limpopo pick up another 2 here, the score would be 14-10. And 15 minutes ago, it looked like the game was over. And Jerry's having another run. And again, he's wide. Might have taken the one out. Back to our live streaming game. These are certainly building up a nice little lead here. And there's 2 great draws there from Panesha with their 2 bowls.
I'll say it's nice shot for her to just be turning her ball, Bob, or finishing to more or less where Ernest is standing now. And that's probably the weight she should be looking to play with, just over that draw.
Yeah, Panesha has been very impressive this afternoon. He really has.
She got the weight this time, that's for sure. She needs a nice result. She doesn't want the off the jack. No. Yeah, weight was good. If she got that outside ball, she would have been fantastic. Jerry all of a sudden 14.
Very, very close here. She played a,
He's
played a great shot.
Donovan,
Well done,
what
Donovan.
a great shot.
Certainly is holding his own.
That's probably where I was saying to you earlier, Bob, where there's a bit more grass. I think where Panesha should have been looked to be getting. Probably was trying to get there, but fraction tight. Weight was good. Meantime, Jerry's now 14-11.
Yeah, it was actually 3 shots the last head. So after being 14 love up, it's now 14-13. It's after 10 ends. Sorry, it's 14-11. And Limpopo have had the mat up now, and they're calling for a umpire's measure on the mat, but I'm sure that mat is well over. Might be a bit of tactics there from Jerry, just to maybe slow the game down a little bit, just to try and break this momentum that's working against him. But it certainly is over, the length.
She played a great shot here, his friend. Oh, what a great shot. I think
At the mat,
is
Jack is over, so
to eat
Limpopo are continuing with the mat up against Jerry. I mean, you saw this morning as well with Hayley, whenever the mat was brought up, she did struggle a little bit. Well, that was a great drive there from Ernest.
A little bit of a bad result, Bob.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't think
he's only the one down, or it might be 2 down, but he's still plenty of room now to draw for second. Right, he's turned his bowling for another shot, but now it's opened the path for Ernest to draw in there.
What easy. He's got the ball in his way, Bob. It's not.
Yeah, if he slips one of those front bowls, he'll at least get second.
Yeah.
He's running after his ball. He seems to have a good line. If he can slip that front one. Oh,
Yeah, as I said,
that's the one he
unfortunately,
that's the one he didn't want to find.
you're looking
So
to-
looks like they're holding 3. And Fran's got a good chance now to draw for 4. Yeah, she didn't take the bonus there.
yeah, I think she's a little bit scared of returning the favour there, Bob.
Yeah, but it was an easy draw
know,
inside
well,
there,
yeah.
and we doesn't want to regret that one shot at the end of the game.
Oh no, but you don't want to be regretting selling 3 either. And as I said, probably should have been looking to get 4 there, but I think she was just really scared of that ball and returning the favour.
Well, Jerry's invited us for a good dinner tonight, and hopefully he's not going to sit with a grumpy face the whole night. But if he loses this game this afternoon,
If he loses game, I don't think he's going to rock up, Bob. I think plans could change. Anyway, let's. He's not one of the greats of the game for nothing, and there's no doubt. I'm sure that he'll be back on the scoring sheet. But the lead there seems to have all of a sudden gone red hot.
Gorman is actually nailing the jack now. He's really putting Haley under pressure. And I don't think Haley would have often led against a male person. Might be a bit intimidating for her. As we said, Haley's only been playing bowls for 2 years, but certainly has built up an impressive record. And the Gormans are holding 3 again. The Pope is holding 3 again, the cent. And I don't think Jerry will mess around with that head. But back to our live stream game.
Panashe got him off to another good start here.
Yeah, she's been really impressive this afternoon, and I still fancy a 3 or a 4 in the game somewhere.
Yeah, I
But
think
having
Donovan's
said
played
that,
another
Donovan
very
just
good
played
shot.
a cracker of a bowl. He was unlucky he fell out. If he fell in, he would have been right on top of the jack.
Isn't that what the game's about sometimes, Bob? Inches and millimeters and ball falling the right way or the wrong way, you know, it's incredible sometimes.
Panashe's got a good shot now to play for the bowl or the jack. As long as she reaches. Certainly
Yeah,
has got
she's
the weight
got
for
the
it.
weight, I think, Bob. Just going to be under it.
Oh, it was a great effort, and but landed in a very good position now. Well, Jerry's walking down now, and he's looking a little bit tired this afternoon.
I'm not sure it's tired, Bob.
I think the pressure's certainly taking its toll now. He's 3 down again in the head. He was 14-0 up. The score is now 14-11. And he's 3 down on the head. Obviously, that is the top of the table clash between Jerry and Limpopo. Jerry's having a run, and he's wide again on that side. He's been missed 3 runs in a row on the wide side on that hand. The Gorman's going to play a block shot to prevent Jerry from running into the head. What do you think about a block shot, Donny? Do you like playing a block shot?
I don't mind it, Bob, at the right time, but I don't think it's the shot that he should be playing now, to be honest. If you have a look at the head, and unfortunately the viewers can't see the head, but I don't necessarily think it's the right shot to be playing now. He should be just drawing into that, make the angles a little bit so the viewers can actually see it.
Oh,
So
Jerry's played a
Jerry's-
great shot.
So, you know, and the problem with the block shot, Bob, if it's not your last choice, if it doesn't work, then it's
It's a wasted ball.
it's a wasted ball and makes
Yeah.
you look stupid sometimes,
Yeah.
which in this case it has. You
Yes.
know? And where he could have been drawing and make the angles, change angles.
Yeah, it was they left the catch there, you know, for Jerry to play.
Yes.
They should have rather have played through the head and try and turn one of the bowls through to
Absolutely.
make the catch a little bit smaller.
Absolutely. But anyway, as I say, Jerry played a good shot, and as I say, you don't leave a shot like that for Jerry to play twice. Very seldom he's going to miss that twice. Anyway, back to our live game, and Donovan's still line one there. And to be honest, Bob, I think
Oh, Fran Valeri has just drawn a
she
perler.
played
An
absolutely cracking.
perler.
Man. And that's made it very difficult, and it could be three down now, Bob.
Yep.
And that's going to make a big difference in this game. That's going to
Yep.
go 14-7 after 10.
And Ernest is having a run, which is not really his game, but let's have a look. He's missed the run, so in big trouble this head.
Fran, what she must be careful of here is not making a catch now.
Yeah, well, if Fran goes past the head, if she just slips Donovan's bowl on the backhand and gets past the head,
Yes, yes.
that'll be the ideal shot.
Because a nice 3 here to go into a 14-7 lead. Look at Jerry, yeah, just look at the man. Oh, he's drawn number one. Drawn number one, that's a great shot. I mean, the bowl's on the strings. He's got a foot and a half to beat, and he does. And
No, Fran will be a little bit disappointed about that bowl.
especially if he comes off it.
Anything but short on that head.
Especially if he comes off it, Bob.
Well, Jerry's got the mat again, so he takes a 15-11 lead after 11 heads. So only you can play her length now, the long heads, the fuller heads, and keep the mat back.
Ernest in a bit of a predicament, but I honestly don't believe there's another shot, but to have a go at it again and look for the burn, Bob.
He's got no real option. I think he's 3 down at the moment.
He's looking to draw. I mean,
If he does hit it, Fran's bowl is a toucher.
hasn't really been drawing that well, to be honest. And
In fact, I think both those bowls are touches.
but if he hits it well, it should burn, Bob. As we said, you know, with all his achievements and that, I think besides the singles, most of the other achievements all been at lead, and he's a very good lead. So obviously, as you mentioned earlier, driving not his forte. Let's have a look how his drawing is.
It was a very good effort there.
To be fair, but tough shot, Bob.
Yeah, very
You would have
tough.
had to play 1 in 10 ball there to get the shot.
Well, they've dropped back-to-back threes now. That's 6 shots in 2 ends. And so KwaZulu-Natal take a 14-7 lead.
I think well deserved, Bob, at this stage, to be honest. I think I've just slightly been edging them a bit. And,
I think so. Ernest hasn't played as well as he did this morning. Fran has been drawing very well. A couple of times Ernest has had shots to play and he's just been a little bit tentative, just not reaching the head. Just not positive enough, I think. We do have some updates on the scores of the 11 heads. Border 9, Natal Inland 6. After 9 ends, Southern Free State 17, Mpumalanga 3. After 8 ends, Northern Cape 12, Western Province 5. After 8 ends, Boerland 12, Eden 6. After 8 ends, Kingfisher 9, Northwest 3. Right, so it's important that BGN score the next couple of heads to keep themselves in touch. And Panashe has put a relatively close ball with the first. The green is certainly pulling up now. You can see the way the bowls are finishing. They're not finishing as they were early on, and you probably see quite a few short bowls looking across the green. A lot of short bowls being played. That's Ernest has asked Panashe to draw one very, very close for him. So well done to Panashe. That's a great ball that you just drawn right behind the jack. So EP have taken the lead now against Southern Free State, 13-11 after 11 ends. And Port Natal well up against Sedibeng at the moment, 15-5 after 14 ends. Thank you for Mr. Pickett for the refreshments. Thanks for the Coke that you brought me. I think you get yourself a Coke as well, Donny?
Yeah, got myself a Coke here, Bob. The throat was getting a bit dry. Coke come in green bottles here, Bob. Strange that. So Jerry's played another couple of good shots here. I see looks like it's
yeah,
drawn
but
number one.
Skipper Gorman has just drawn number one, right on the string. A great shot from her.
Jerry's got a nice shot there. He could be looking to either set the bowl or jack in the box here for two.
Got a toucher in the ditch. If he turns that last ball out, he could be holding three.
Who's lying? Yeah, Bob Panashe lying with a yellow ball there, she?
Yeah, the back one is the shot. The yellow ball.
What's Ernest got for us, sir?
Ernest is running after the ball.
He's drawn a good one.
And he's drawn another.
Yeah, that's a good ball. Great ball.
That's a good comeback.
Important for them to score, yeah. Well,
yeah, after dropping three balls.
Anyway, if Fran's got anything to say about it, then.
Well, Jerry has just taken the ball out and he's actually killed the head as well. So that head will be replayed.
Fran doesn't like it. She's just cut that line a bit again.
The Jerry has burnt the head. Which the head will be replayed. There's no spotting.
Quite like it, Bob. I hate the re-spotting rule, to be honest. I don't know what your opinion on it is. I think it's probably the unfairest rule in bowls.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, I've seen people win games not having a bowl close to the head, and all of a sudden it gets burnt, and all of a sudden they got two on the spot. And I just think it's one of the most unfair rules in bowls, and it makes absolutely no sense. And the reason why they want to do it is for time, and I just think it's the craziest rule in bowls. And the quicker I see the back of it, the better.
A great shot there. He got a little rub off the shot bowl, and he's actually moved it away, and he just turned to the heavens and saying, what is happening this afternoon? Just things are just not going for him. But I still think he holds the two. And coming back to the spot, yes, Donny, I know your mate down in Australia, Canadian bowler Ryan Bester.
Yeah.
Ryan Bester is probably the most accurate driver in the world, and he does not enjoy the spot, particularly when playing singles, because what happens is the player gets a ball close, and the player's second ball, it draws onto the spot, which negates Ryan Bester's drive. If Ryan Bester kills the head, gets respotted next to the ball at the back. So there's a lot of pros for it, and there's a lot of cons against it. But I agree with you, Don. No respotting.
Yeah, I think there's one thing if you're still trying to play for the respot, Bobs, but there's just so many balls that land there by accident, and where people are trying to draw to a 3/4 end and they end up on the 2-meter mark by accident. And all of a sudden they get one ball close. And all of a sudden you're in a situation where where you can't really do much about it. And it's the most unfair rule in bowls, and it's stupid. It makes no sense. And the sooner they do away with it, the better. I understand maybe in Australia they do it because the greens are so quick and games take a lot longer and that, but we don't have that issue in South Africa, so why should we do it here? So it absolutely makes no sense for South African conditions.
Panashe has got off to a reasonably good start again. They've just picked up a 2 to go 14-9 down, and there's still 7 heads left to play, so still a long way to go. But as I said earlier, I still believe there's a 3 or a 4 waiting for BGN in this game.
I haven't seen it yet, Bob, but let's see. Maybe you're right, but I don't believe that they've played well enough to get that 3 or 4. And I think the KwaZulu-Natal pair have actually been quite consistent so far, man. They haven't really had that bad end yet, the KwaZulu-Natal pair.
Well, if Panashe can get something really close now, she'll be holding 2.
Nothing past the jack, and that's another story, Bob. They happen to collect their jack now. There's a big drama.
Perfect. So if Panashe can draw about a foot behind the jack, it will be the perfect ball.
Back toucher would be good, Bob.
Oh, she's listening to me. She's actually going a foot behind the jack, I think. Great shot there from Panashe. It's left a gap as well, which means that they would have to try and draw it. They can't really play with a chop and lie.
He's got that this time, Bob. And now?
Yep.
And now we've got drama. A big drama there now. So, and that's the problem. It's first 2 balls.
A little bit of inexperience again from Panashe. Particularly when the mat is up a little bit and throwing a long edge, you should try and get your first ball past the jack. But as we said, everybody tries their best, and nobody is a machine. And Panashe has certainly done herself a lot of credit this afternoon, the way she has played. It's up to Ernest now. He's got to try and negate the situation. He's very close.
Yeah, I think he's drawn a shot here, Bob.
It's a great draw there from Ernest. He's drawn number 1. The last couple of heads, Ernest is getting them quite close. So
I think Fran's got a nice shot on the forehand, yeah?
Yes, definitely. She gets inside the yellow ball, turns the shot ball away for 3, or trails the jack for 3.
She's certainly playing it. What is she looking at? Not too far off here, but.
Oh, it's got it. So that's another burnt head.
Okay, good shot.
That's the second burnt head. So
a little bit unlucky then.
It looks like we're going to be here until the sun goes down. But fortunately, Sasolburg have done huge upgrades to the club, including floodlights. So we can play under the floodlights as well. The club really has gone out of its way to upgrade the club, and the members have all chipped in. All members are helping out in this tournament. The tournament committee have been excellent.
In fairness, Bob, I haven't been to Sasolburg for a number of years, and when I walked in here this morning, I was really pleasantly surprised, and the coke's kicking in, Bob, surprised by what the place looks like. It really does look good. It's got the floodlights up, the facilities look good, clubhouse looks very nice, and really is wonderful to see, to be honest. I must be honest, I had other visions in my head.
Yeah, when I spoke to Yochi's the chairman of the organising committee. He's the headmaster of the local primary school over here. He has a lot of contacts, and initially all they wanted to do was to level the the area between the two greens, and that cost 50,000 rand. And once they did that, it didn't stop. Then they found out other things to do, and eventually all the renovations cost 300,000 rand. But when you walk inside there, the brand new bar chairs, the toilets have been redone. Really, they've gone out of their way to make this weekend a success. And we actually haven't heard of a single complaint about anything this weekend so far.
Oh, that's great.
Credit to them.
Credit to you guys, Bob. Credit to Bowl South Africa for the initiative of bringing the South African mixed pairs to Sasolburg. I think he probably would have put up with a bit of criticism on the announcement of it. I'm not quite sure, but you know, me for one, I must be honest, was just wondering, you know, what the hell you're doing in Sasolburg. But here we are in a wonderful facility. The greens, in my opinion, look really up to standard, and the facilities look good, and I think everything's good. And as I say, that's the reason you haven't had a complaint.
Definitely, Don. There's, the players have all chipped in, all players enjoying themselves. Got some old stalwarts here, Jerry Baker, Rudy Jacobs, Wayne York, and then we've got a whole group of youngsters coming through. So it's a good blend of youth and experience.
I've played in this tournament myself a couple of times, Bob, and if anything, it's probably one of the nicest tournaments to play in from a camaraderie point of view. Every night, you know, the people all get together, and there's always a lot of fun to be had, and a lot of laughter and a lot of cheers, as I say.
Last year I was very fortunate to go to Kauai Bowling Club down in the Eastern Cape with my pairs partner Esme Murphy, and we had an awesome week down there. It was very similar to this. The club really went out of its way down in Kauai, and we had a great week there with our bus driver Mama Jack. Mama Jack was an exceptional lady, and whenever you asked her for something, she said no problem. We said, Mama Jack, can you fetch us a little bit later tonight? No problem. Mama Jack, can you fetch us early tomorrow morning? No problem.
And that's the spirit in which this tournament's been played in over the years. And I remember playing my first one in 1991, and that was in Kroonstad. And, you know, so all over, everyone that's ever played in these have always really enjoyed these tournaments. But back on the green, yeah, I think Panache is line 2 very good bowls here. And I think Ernest and them really need this to get back in the game a little bit. And what has he done? He's
a little bit short there, pulled up a little bit short. And, he would have liked to have closed that jack off on this particular head. Like I said, Don, I think there's a 3 or 4 waiting for BGN somewhere.
Okay, Bob, let's. It looks like, who knows, it could be this end, pal. I think Fran also a bit short, so he turned it in. Now there's a 3 there, Bob.
Yep.
If you get this shot, bud, we're going to go to casino tonight. You and me.
Is that after the dinner? Jerry's paying for it.
Yeah, after the dinner, mate. After the dinner.
Oh, that is a very bad mistake there from Ernest.
Okay, we maybe not going to casino, Bob.
No.
Not going with you.
I think we put the mockers on Ernest there.
Oh, yeah, a lot of weight. So line 3, and now it could be almost 2 down.
Yep. Could be a big game changer, that, you know. But, you know, when Ernest played that shot, you know, nobody means to give the shot away. And I saw Panache's reaction to that. She just patted him on the shoulder and said, don't worry about it. You know, I know a lot of leads will turn their back on the skip and not want to speak to the skip.
Personally, if I was playing lead, I'm not sure I'd be patting anybody. He gets around that ball.
Well, he's turned his own ball in, but it doesn't really help much. So I think he's 1 shot down.
Well, she's got a nice shot there to get in there and trail it for
Trail
3.
for 3, yeah. in the meantime, next door, Jerry Baker is now 15-13 up. He was 14-0 up. But Haley has just drawn a perler into the head. I think Haley's actually holding two.
I don't think you're going to be a happy person, Bob, if he ends up giving that game away. And I don't think any of us would be really, you know, when you're leading the tournament and you're 14-0 up. And let's bet, you know, I know my man, he'll be up for this, and I'm sure he's going to play a couple of absolute
It's either that
cracking
or
shots. And
it's either that or Haley and myself go out for dinner tonight. But to be honest with you, driving to the club to our B&B in the mornings, I haven't seen a single shop. No spaza shop, no garage. So I don't know where Jerry's found a restaurant.
not at the casino, Bob. Apparently the casino is just around the corner, isn't it?
Well, it often happens when your skip plays the bad ball, or like lead tends to lose heart a little bit. And that's exactly what Panashe has done. She dropped the first ball 2 meters short. As we said, the green is getting a bit heavier. Seems to be a lot of measuring going on here today, Don. I wonder why.
It's mixed pairs, Bob. Yeah, Jerry's drawn a very good one. I think they lined about 3 there. You know, in the meantime, Panache has drawn a good one. And he's not even going to get there, just short. Anyway, good second, as Fran correctly says.
So Jerry's holding at least 3 shots in this particular head. Gorman had a run with the last ball, and she might have actually turned Jerry in for another one. So Jerry could be drawing for 4 here. Yep, and Jerry's drawn another, so it could be at least 4 shots in this particular head. Sort of a game breaker after being 14-0 up. And Jerry was 15-13. Now they've dropped a huge amount.
Yeah,
Possibly 4.
Very, very, very happy about that, Bob. It just once again goes to show what happens when the lead gets there first.
Certainly, and on the ring next door, we've got a very, very tight game between Northern Free State, which is Rudy Jacobs, and Andrew Sturley from Eastern Province.
14-all there, Bob.
It's 14-all now, after 14 hits.
Yeah. Fran's just thrown a fantastic shot.
Yeah. Fran is playing his backhand coming down very well. She's actually taking nice grass and is bending nicely for her.
In my opinion, she's the best player on the rink at the moment. I mean, I really do. I haven't seen much of her, but I'm so impressed. Always seems to be in the area, Bob.
Yeah.
You know, she may be missing at times, but always seems to be in the area with good weight.
Definitely. Very, very impressive.
I'm not sure that I'm a big fan of the delivery, but still gets it away quite nicely. Putting in a back ball. Well, she had 2 back balls. Closer, yeah, Bob. Is he going to be able to bend in time now? Once again, Bob, we in a situation where with Panache. She's got a jack high bowl, which is good. 2 short bowls. And that leaves with Vanna with very little options to, whatever he's going to do, besides his bowl coming to a good spot there now, it was always going to be risky for him. A little bit short.
Well, Ernest has got a chance now to make up from last end. If he can pump that ball through.
Yeah, he's got to try and sort of chop on the ball for 2, Bob.
Yeah, and he might even run through with it and trail the jack as well to make 3. So it's worth the shot.
Problem is if he gets the jack, if he gets half of it, he could be in trouble. Depends on the weight that he's got.
Didn't really get that ball away nicely. I don't think he's got the weight either for it.
Poor ball. Not good at all. He's just, unfortunately, you know what, Bob, in fairness, he just hasn't settled into that weight. And unfortunately, I didn't witness his play this morning. And
it just seems to be playing a little bit tentative.
From what I've seen,
at the head when he should be playing through the head.
And as I say, it's probably a little bit of a lack of experience at playing back rank, being normally normal comfort zone, easy in the front rank.
Sure. No, he's done very well.
There's no doubt.
He won 2 games yesterday, and he had a good win this morning. He lost to Eastern Province earlier this morning, but he came back well this second game with a good win. So Jerry is now pulled away, picked up a 5 that end, and it's now 20-13 up after 13 heads.
Donovan just put one right on top of the jack.
Yeah, this
what a wonderful opener that is.
Yeah, the game this morning with Fran Balerian, they played against Sedi Beng, and all the rubs were going against Fran this morning. Complete turnaround this afternoon. There's a great reply there from Panashat. But is it too little too late? I don't know.
Yeah, Bob, I'm not sure if your 3 is going to be materializing. It looked like it was at one stage, to be honest. And Ernest said he was having none of it.
Exactly. So Ernest's parents are watching him.
Where they sitting, Bob? I've never met them before.
I'll show you now on the screen. Under the North Primary School, that bench there, that's his mum and dad.
Okay, is that them? Okay, cool.
As he spoke to his father earlier on this morning.
Push this Donovan halfway, I think.
Yep.
Once again, Jerry just played an absolute blind of a shot there, Bob, and just too good. I'll tell you what, I think he's playing the bowls of his life at the moment. I don't know, unless just really in everything, closing stages, and once again, whether he wins this tournament or not, he's right up there with in the mix of things, and he's generally playing with a lady that's been playing 2 or 3 years. Bowls, I mean the pairs, he played with Aiden, he won the triples, and it just seems to be in the really on top form. And I think that's, I think, you being a national selector, Bob, it's, you probably find it very difficult at 63 years old to be leaving him out of anything, you know. And as a matter of fact, I think you'd probably like to see him play for South Africa if you had your way, you know.
Yeah, certainly for the experience. You know, we've got a bunch of youngsters coming through the system now, but they just haven't got the experience of playing international bowls. And there is a big jump from playing district level to international level, I mean, particularly when you're playing in the World Championships. And I think we were exposed early on this year. Well, Ernest has played a great shot. Certainly opened it up and given himself a chance.
And I think if I know that Jerry actually went into voluntary retirement, otherwise who knows, he'd still be playing. But I still believe that that's where Scotland got it right over the years, Bob. You had a guy like Willie Wood, and as good a nation as Scotland are, you know, Willie Wood was always, and I mean, Willie Wood was one of the greats of all time.
Yeah, and Fran has just drawn another great shot.
And
He really has been very impressive this afternoon. The two ladies that have impressed me today is Fran and Daisy Rosenblatt. They both played exceptionally well.
I'm not quite sure what he's trying to do on that hand. But I'm still a little bit of the belief, Bob, as much as getting youngsters through the system, that if you're good enough, you're young enough, you know. And
yeah, and rightly so, Don. It's you know, you can't buy experience. Like I said, we've got a group of younger players coming through the system now, playing for South Africa. And how do you get the experience? You know, you got to go send them out and see what they can do.
Yeah, but it doesn't hurt you have someone like a guy like Jerry, who you know, as you know, he's well respected, I think, and he has a respect from all his fellow bowlers, and he can back it up with the skills as well.
Yeah.
It's not only experience; he's got the skills to go with it, you know. And anyway, it looks like they've just got a slight scare there, and
pulled away again. Now Jerry's now
23-13
up. Northern Free State, Rudy Jacobs has just picked up a 4 against EP. So they lead 18 shots to 14 after 15 heads. So Andy would be disappointed to drop that 4 at a crucial time.
Yeah, the main thing, our dinner's looking good again, Bob.
Certainly. The way Jerry explained that steak to me last night, I'm really looking forward to it.
I think this is a must draw for Ernest to have any chance of getting back into this game now. Two down.
And Hayley has just drawn a beautiful opening bowler on a full head. She seems to enjoy the longer heads.
I think this is a must bowl for Ernest, and he's not far off. Not far off. He gets a square. A little bit unlucky.
Seems to be this going his way. Just getting the edge of badges, edge or whatever. So it's amazing when you battle to come back into the game. Just things just don't go right for you, you know. So
17-9 is going to become a lot more difficult for him now.
Right, I've got an update of the scores for you. In the blue section, after 16 heads, Border and Natal Inland are peeling 12 all. Wayne York, after 14 heads, is 21-10 up against Lani Nel from Mpumalanga. C.P. Matthewson and his mother Annalie from Northern Cape are playing against Western Province, Jenny McCourt. And C.P. Matthewson is 18-7 up. So that section looks like it's going to be a two-horse race between C.P. Matthewson and Wayne York.
Have they played each other, Bob?
No, they have not played each other.
When does their game take place? That would be a good game to sort of live stream.
Yes. And then we've got Isaac Venter is from Boland. He is down against Eden, 15-14. Boland would really like to win this game. They haven't won a game yet, so some of the games have been very close, and I've been very impressed with the young skipper from Boland, Isaac Venter. He's played really well, He's a thorough gentleman, and some of the games have gone down to the last end with him, and he just hasn't been able to snatch a win yet. And in the final game, got Kingfisher well up against Northwest by 16 shots to 4.
She pushed this. I'm not seeing it, Bob. I'm not feeling it for Ernest and the Gauteng North side. Just don't think I've been consistent enough, to be fair.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Don. It just hasn't been their day. But as I say, more is nog 'n dag for them. And to answer your question, the second session tomorrow, which is at 11:30, CFP Matthewson will be playing against Wayne York.
Okay, that could be a game.
That should be a really good game to live stream.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be a cracker. Still not quite reaching. Seems to be playing quite a lot of short balls coming this way, Bob. Panache. I mean, she got that one ball through the head there, but more often than not, she's falling.
Panache has normally got a bit of a spring in the steps, also walking very, very slowly to the head now. I think that she's also feeling, after a long day's bowls, it's been a long, hard day for her.
Surely not at that age, Bob.
Okay. Certainly not, but Don, bowls is a tough game mentally. And but the mental aspect sometimes drains you as well.
I think 79 has got a lot to do with it, mate. So I think scoreboard and the long day, it helps. That doesn't help, and when you're just not playing as well as you should be. Well, she hasn't played badly this afternoon, but just coming down, I found that she's played too many short bowls, and Ernest just really hasn't hit his straps this afternoon at all. He's battled, and he's saying one word from me. Good try though.
No, he's just he's been playing good bowls, but just doesn't seem to be positive enough. He's just, when he's at the chance to turn a bowl or travel a jack, he's just like not reaching the head. Yeah. Playing with a good line and everything, but just playing
too tentative.
Tentative, yeah.
Too tentative, mate. And the only time he hasn't been tentative was when he line 3, Bob. Yeah. And he actually, unfortunately, ended up scoting the jack, and that was obviously very unfortunate for him. But yeah, that's what happens.
To all the new bowlers out there, the novices, the general rule is when you are holding shots, you must never be narrowed, never cross the line when you are holding shots. Rather be on the wide side, on the professional side. I know it's easier said than done. But that's a general rule most of the players play to.
Likes this. Well, I like it as well. I think it's he's going to hold. Jeez, that seemed to bend a lot.
Well, that was a good effort there.
A good weight for the shot,
a bit more positive,
Absolutely. Gets a jack right. It makes 3 or 4, yeah, Bob. Fran's got to be looking to get through the head. Be surprised to see her play short here.
Yeah, she certainly has got the weight.
No, she's got weight. So wherever this finishes, it'll be good. No, wherever that finishes, that's good. It prevents the kill. Well, 2 down, certainly give away 2 years game set and match, that's for sure. You see messages come through, right?
Should be able to, but you're not. I don't know why.
It's nice to get messages because then you're like in conversation with people. Good. This time he's played a good one, Bob.
That was a
But
great
that's
shot there by
shot.
Ernest.
That's
Well
a great
done.
shot. It's the first time really a shot's worked for him as well, to be fair. Made 3 out of that. So put him right back in the game. It's 17-12. Three ends to go and nothing in it really. What they need now is Panache to really put in a good engine.
Yeah,
That's going to build the pressure.
Yeah, there's still 4 ends to play. It's only 8 shots difference. So it's only 2 ahead that you need.
What they really need is Panache to put in a good edge. If she can stick up a front or back toucher, yeah, it's going to set it all up. And Panache just hasn't got off to a start I think they would have liked, and Donovan's put in a good bowl. Good start, good opener.
All right, Annette, thanks for the message requiring a Limpopo score. Limpopo are 24-13 down against JBA. And Greg Collier-Payne, nice to see you viewing as well. I've got your mate Donnie next to me here in the commentary box. Jerry is 24-13 up against Limpopo after 15 heads. They've got 3 ends to play.
Hello, my dearest fat boy. How you doing, pal?
And then we got a message from Stitch as well. Stitch is sending his regards.
My other fat friend. Stitch.
Yeah, as you said, Don, Panache really needs to put a good head together now. If she can draw another one close on a forehand, it leaves the option open for Ernest to turn the orange ball through the head on the backhand.
I quite like that. Has she got the line? And
Don't
the
think
weight?
she's quite got the weight.
Just falling short. Few too many short balls, unfortunately. But
Yeah, I think short balls from both of them. That's what's actually cost them. They've left themselves exposed now because if Fran trails the jack through the head, it's 3 shots and it's virtually game, set and match. Well, that's another back receiver from for Donovan and KwaZulu-Natal. It's left the shot open now, and the shot that Ernest wants to play is now being negated by the short ball of Vanashe. So he's
Still playing it,
He's
Bob.
still going to play around that ball, but it's a straighter hand that end. Doesn't really bend nicely.
well, he misses the front ball. He's
Well,
very
that's all, and
good.
he's got it. He's actually turned the ball.
Played a
That's
great
shot.
shot. Wonderful shot.
Thanks for that comment, Craig. Yes, we did change the schedule because it is Youth Day. So we decided to give the youth the facility and the opportunity to play on the rink this afternoon. Limpopo were scheduled to play Port Natal on this rink this afternoon, but all the players agreed that since it is Youth Day, we give the youngsters a chance. And 3 players on this rink are all under the age of 30.
Well, a 2-year Bob is going to do them no harm, I'll tell you what. Fran's under a little bit of pressure here because 17-12 could become 17-14 very quickly. I think she's... Oh, she just...
Garth Waite has just sent us a message and he says cracking wags. I don't really understand that one. Do you?
I have no idea what that means.
Well, Jerry, our live streamer, also does not know. Let's ask our expert on the right-hand side here, Donnie Pickett.
Cracking wags.
What does cracking wags mean?
Oh, it's a riddle, I think. Anyway, Ernest has got a nice. It'd be nice if he can draw another one in there and get 3. And then Fran has got big pressure on her because 17-15, anyone's game. Misses a front ball.
Oh, he's played a great ball. He's played an absolute perler to turn that ball through.
And definitely last 3 shots now, Bob.
Definitely.
Let's see what Fran's got made of.
Well done. I think maybe we should go back to the casino tonight.
Oh, your
My
3
prediction is
seems
correct.
to be coming to.
But Fran's got a bowl, the last ball, she's having a good look at it, composing herself, looking at the situation.
Personally, you'd be looking to not be too neat to that and just maybe look for the jack or take out 1 or 2 balls, possibly. I'm not sure.
Yeah, the problem on that end, if you are tentative, it does tend to swing very quickly. So she's got to be.
She's going backhand. I think she's going a bit of pace on the back.
If she does play on the pace on the back end, sometimes the front bolt tends to put you off slightly, so she might go narrow. Certainly hasn't gone narrow.
Oh, she misses that. She's close. Well, she's cut that down, Bob. I think
it's still 2.
two.
Yeah. So BGN are clawing their way back into the game now. It's now 17-14 after 16 heads. So it's a 3-shot game with 2 ends to play. So we're in for a cracker of a finish, particular if BGN score this end. Now Panashe must show a pedigree now. She's a Protea bowler now. This is where the Protea bowlers really come to the fire and produce great effort.
Anyway, Jerry's wrapped that game up.
Thanks for the clarification on that, Garth. We've got the 3 wise men sitting over here. None of us could figure that out. So, well done, Wagner. Yes, cracking wags. Cracking wags is well done to Wagner. I'll try and get the message over to him. But he's very concentrated on it at the moment. He's got other things on his mind.
Obviously, Garth has been, he's at the municipals and having a beer with his mates.
I think he's got 2 mates left at municipals. Others all left him. The municipals won the league this year in BGN. So well done, Munis.
And that's once again not quite what Ernest would have liked. And once again, just
Tentative, eh?
dropping the balls, too many short balls. And I think Donovan's falling in the same trap.
Yeah. As we said, as the afternoon progresses, the greens do get heavier. Certainly are running a couple of seconds slower than when they started. Important for Panashe to correct now with this ball. Doesn't want to give Donovan another chance at the jack.
Don't know the way she got her away. I'm not quite sure. But it looks like she got the weight, Bob. No, she's close here, Bob. Close here, Bob's. Yeah, that's not a bad ball
it's a
at
great
all.
ball there from Panashe. It's actually blocked the draw as well. So that's a good start.
It's a good ball, good ball. I think KwaZulu-Natal pair feeling a bit of pressure here, Bob.
Yeah, certainly, particularly Donovan. I don't think he's played at this level before. So the nerves might be getting to him. Panashe got that ball away very, very smoothly.
And she's very good as well.
Very close.
Nice weight. She gets onto her own, nice and solid. That's
That's a
brilliant.
great ball. That's two great
brilliant.
balls there
Two
from
great
Panashe.
balls.
Could this be the end? My prediction, Don.
No, you still haven't come right with your prediction, Bob. Still waiting for that 3, mate.
Donovan's very close here.
Oh, I think he's a bit tight. Could get her on weight.
Yeah, he's just drawn the shot.
Maybe.
It's a great draw there, but Ernest has still got a big opportunity. He can either turn his ball in a couple of rolls or come inside and turn the orange away, one roll. So Rudy Jacobs from Northern Free State has won that game. He's now 24-14 up against EP.
He's still right in there, is Rudy, you know.
Yes, Rudy's only lost the 2 games, so
It's,
like I said, it's all to play for. Well,
Playing,
Ernest
yeah.
is liking this one.
He gets onto his own, is fantastic.
That's a great ball, and if you
And
lose the
onto
jack, it's a great ball.
It's a great ball, absolutely. Anyway, I may have written them off a little bit early. Right into this game.
Certainly have, Donny, and writing things off early. You're writing a few green bottles off early as well.
Give me a break, Bob. 1. Big one, but it's only 1.
Oh, that's a very, very brave shot for Fan to play. If she whipped her only ball out the head, she's left herself exposed because if Ernest turns the orange ball through the head, he could be holding 5.
I think he should just, at this stage, I'll just be looking to play the same shot, turn his own ball.
And if he can try, if he gets some movement on the jack, it would be good as well.
Very good again. Very good again.
Oh, he's played it. That's 2. That's 2 very good shots.
At least 2, Bob. Yeah. Although Donovan seems to agree with
Donovan
you.
has confirmed it's 2.
2.
But Fans had a run on this hand, and she was very, very close to it. She's up. She's changed her hand to have a run. And she likes it. She's stalking it. She's stalking it. Oh, and she got the shot out of it. That was a great shot.
Wow.
Very good result.
Good
She was on
Good
target.
shot in
On
fairness,
target.
on target. But certainly a good result. I agree with you.
Yeah, that's just what happens, you know, when you seem to be in control and seem to be lying 3s or 4s, just something goes wrong. That's just when you know the game is not going your way. But he's still got a chance. He can play the game-winning shot now.
See, there's been another 6, Bob. Wayne York picked up a 6 this afternoon.
Oh,
Well, for Geesia's sake, I hope that...
I was unlucky there, Ernest. You know, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds.
Yeah, I don't think she'll be playing this ball, Bob.
Well,
She'll be a brave lady.
if she is lying, the shot she won't play.
No, she's lying. Donovan
She's
confirmed that
having a
line.
look.
So.
Yep. So they're going to concede. He's going to declare a last ball. But Ernest is still having a long look at it, but I think it's more in hope than anything else.
More in hope, absolutely.
Oh, so he's called the umpire. Maybe the umpire gets a little bit of the...
He's hoping he's bringing. You're hoping for Shakin' Stevens.
Yes.
I don't think Fran would have declared that if she wasn't completely confident that she's lying the shot.
But we've got Dirk coming onto the green now. Dirk's a very experienced umpire, strutting down here. As though he's won the comrades. A little bit quicker, Dirk. We thank the umpires as well. They give up the whole weekend to come and umpire here for us. Dirk has travelled all the way from Johannesburg to come and umpire for the weekend. So JBA have taken a 26-16 lead against Limpopo. I just said was the game changer. You know, if Ernest had picked up a 2-year, going one shot down, playing the last.
Yeah, 4 is going to be a tough call for them, Bob.
So it's 18-14, and they're playing the last end.
When you got 8 bowls, it's still a little bit in reach, but when you got 6 bowls,
4 is very difficult.
And they haven't come close to scoring 4 yet. That's just appeal, by the way, you know. So, and I don't think appeal really helps any both of them. So,
as we said, our friends played very, very well, but Ernest will look back on this game and just think of a couple of heads where things just didn't go his way.
I think the one where the big swing for me was where he was line 3, drawing for another one and sold
gave the shot away.
Yeah.
And in this particular head now, when he had 2 good ones and
but he couldn't be held accountable for that. That's just Fran played a good shot, and
so those are the 2 heads for me that have swung it in their favour. It's they played good bowls. They've been in the game. They've come back nicely, and it's up to Panashe now. Maybe the 4 will come this head, Don.
Who knows, Bob? If it comes this head, Bob, then we're going to the casino. I'm going to play blackjack behind you. Exactly. Why would you think it? Yeah.
Well, Donovan certainly has shown his nerves in the last couple of ends.
Okay.
Well,
another good one.
it's all working to plan for BGN at the moment after 3 bowls.
Oh, Bob, a little bit early. Yeah, she got that away nicely. I think she got.
I just hope she hasn't taken the weight off.
No, I don't think so. Oh, she has. It definitely has slowed up the green. When left her hand, I thought she wasn't too bad.
She's often done that, you know. She
too many short balls.
Yeah, she plays the first one with good weight and then drops the second shot. Done that quite often this afternoon.
She's done it. Unfortunately, it's just.
So
I'm not saying that's what cost them, because I haven't seen Jacks move too often that it's cost them.
Well, Donovan has just drawn the shot now, and it's going to be extremely difficult to pick up a 4.
Hasn't pushed it again, Bob.
Well,
it's not going to help. There's no
that's not going to help for the 4. So
game's hit.
The only way they can get a 4 now is if Ernest plays his backhand and turns the orange through the head to hold 2,
Bob,
and then you've got to break Fran's legs.
Only way they're going to pick up 4, they play another 10 ends. Not going to get a 4 this end.
So what might be the best for Ernest is to start running the jack now and try and get a bird.
There's no doubts about that, and because there's certainly no 4 there. Oh, Eddie. How's it, Eddie? How you doing? Long time no see, my friend.
Well, Fran has put another one in there now, so I don't know what Ernest is going to do, but he should have a full go at that jack and try and burn it.
Not quite understanding this, but anyway. There's a reason some people play lead their whole life.
Right, so I don't know what Ernest is going to do, because he certainly cannot pick up a 4 this end. So yeah, he's using his intelligence that he's got. He hasn't got the brain for nothing. So he's going to have a full run. Well, he got the jack and he killed it, so it was a great shot there from Ernest. To run an open jack like that is not easy. So it gives him another chance.
Cracking
cracking weight, yes.
All scores except these Jerry's game in this game.
Right, I'll just update you with the final scores on the other section. Border beat Natal Inland 16-14. Southern Free State 21. Mpumalanga 15. Northern Cape 22. Western Province 11. Boland 18. Eden 16. And KBA Kingfisher 19. And Diaga 12. So that's a good run for Kingfisher again today. They've got 4 wins, so they're still in the hunt in that section. In the section that we are current streaming, Jerry Baker is 26-16 up, playing the last end. And the live stream game, KwaZulu-Natal 18, BGN 14, playing the last end.
We need Penal
Turby Khaba beat
minimum be passing
Kuraleni
ahead.
17-11. Andrew Sturley, Eastern Province, lost to Rudy Jacobs, Northern Free State, score 24-16. And Port Natal Bowls beat Sedibeng 20 shots to 7.
Anyway, that's the start they've been looking for, Bob. Now she needs to back up with the other 2 balls.
Definitely.
And I think
Because
Donovan
has shown a little bit of nerves in the last couple of heads. And they, the BGN
this is a
have been
big
playing
ball.
pretty well coming down this way.
This is a big ball for her to really make sure she's not short.
KwaZulu-Natal have been scoring away from the board, going the other way, so I'm surprised.
She's
that,
good again, Bob. Probably a little bit heavier, but that's good. That's good. That gives the guy a chance. It gives him something to work with, and especially with Donovan being too jack iron short. And
Sure, and I don't think Donovan's got the weight again.
got the weight, but he's still
Just
narrow.
under.
You're right. He hasn't got weight at all. So that's sort of opening the door slightly.
Yeah.
She needs
So
a
they've
good
got
one.
they've got 4 balls to draw within 2 feet of the jack.
Draw another one, yeah. It's game on. Could you, Bob?
She might be slightly heavy,
I'm not sure.
but if she
I'm
tells the
not sure,
jack,
Bob. She played very
she's
good.
drawn 2 great bowls there. Well done, Panache.
Wow, that's
Showing her true Protea colours shining through at the end there. Very proud of our youngsters. They are playing here today. That's why they are playing on the streaming rink. The live stream rink. There's 3 of the players are under the age of 30, and they weren't selected to play in this tournament. They qualified through the districts by winning their district mixed pairs. Awesome to see so many youngsters. Yep.
well. Let's see what Fran's made of. Depends on her line. If she gets to the back bowl, good effort. Good effort.
And the reason why we changed the schedule for the live streaming is because today is the 16th of June, which is National Youth Day. So we thought we'd give the youth an opportunity to celebrate their day today by offering them the live streaming rink.
Big ball from Ernest Jack, Bob's. If he can nail this, I think he's too heavy.
Slightly heavy.
Heavy and wide. Not a good ball. Going to make it tough. So the
Well, he's got 2
only thing
balls
he's
left.
got left is an appeal, really. He needed that to count for the win.
Sure.
But anyway, let's have a look. She changed her hand, has she? I'm not quite sure that was a clever move. She was so close for the first. Oh, I can't back that move.
Well, it's
She
up
was
to
so close for the last one, Bob. I mean, she just needed to sit the back ball and game over.
Sure, but it's up
You're not looking to
to
get the shot. You're just looking to get a ball close.
Ernest now to get something close. He didn't really get that ball away cleanly. I just hope he's got the weight.
I don't think he's up.
Well, still running, you know.
And once
Very
again,
close.
once
He's
again,
very close.
Not
Well, that's 3. That is holding 3 now.
well, this is pressure now.
So, friend Valeri will be watching this. She's thinking very hard about what to play.
She's got a draw, man. She should have stuck to that hand with the second one, Bob.
Yeah, she's gone back to the backhand now. That was not very
Yeah.
clever thinking. Backhand 4 and now backhand again.
Yeah, but Bob, that she should have done that with her first ball, the second ball, sorry. And now she's very close. It depends. I think she's going to go sail
Well,
through.
she's running through.
Oh, I'm not quite sure.
Donovan says it could be 3rd. He's not too
I
sure.
don't think so. I think it's still 3.
Well, Ernest is walking down very, very slowly. He's getting their brain of his ticking. I think they might still be holding 3.
I think it's still line 3 if I had to be a money man. And
Definitely 3 shots. Ernest is going for a peel to peel his game.
It's, Bob, you leave it till last edge for you to.
Yeah, I
You,
said
you
there
always
was
said there was a 3
I
or
said
4
there's a
coming.
3 or 4 coming for BGN.
Oh my
Is it the
goodness.
last end?
Oh, wait.
He's carrying a bit of weight this
No,
time.
he's good.
Let's have
Good,
a look.
Bob. The weight's very good. If he gets, he's going to sail through.
Oh, what a great effort there from Ernest. And what a great game by the youngsters. Great game to watch and a great game to commentate on. So it's 3 shots. So KwaZulu-Natal won the game by 18 shots to 17. Great comeback there by BGN. They really showed their mettle towards the end of the game. Awesome to see. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 8:45 for the interviews for tomorrow morning's game. We might change the schedule. It depends who's in contention with various sections. So please tune in tomorrow and share as much as you can. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we say goodbye from Zenselberg.